Water's World would like to welcome White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders. Now, Sarah, I'm going to pretend like I'm a White House correspondent, and I'm going to ask you to comment on stories that caught my attention this week, which you probably did not hear in the briefing room. Here we go. We begin with gold medal skier Lindsey Vonn, who's acting like a bad sport this week. Roll it.
How will it feel competing at an Olympic Games for a United States whose president is Donald Trump?
Well, I hope to represent the people of the United States, not the president. You know, I want to represent our country well, and I don't think there are a lot of people currently in our government that do that.
Wow. Sarah, what is the White House statement on Lindsey Vonn's comments?
Look, this is a president who was elected to represent all Americans. That's what he's focused on doing, and hopefully that's what our athletes will focus on doing. I think, frankly, those that don't want to represent our country says a lot more about their character than it does the president's. The president is very proud to represent this country. He's very proud to be an American, and hopefully all of our athletes will follow his lead and certainly, I think, show some of that pride and go over and win a lot of gold medals.
Yeah, we wish her all the best over in South Korea. Maybe she's just upset because her ex-boyfriend Tiger Woods just golfed with the president. Who knows? New video that caught my attention. Probably haven't been asked about this in the briefing room. This left-wing group claimed to be feminists are using children to attack the president. Now, this is just a warning. This is the cleanest part of the video we could find. Roll it.
Cutting Planned Parenthood, health care, and a little more than your up hair. The Women's March showed Women's Mouth can't be shut. Super jealous. Talks to racist, sexist, not my opponent.
Wow, I mean, these are like 9-year-old girls. Is that child abuse? That just looks disgusting to make those young girls do that.
It's absolutely outrageous. It's disgusting that people would exploit kids and that parents would allow their kids to be part of something like this. We wonder what's wrong with our culture. We wonder why we're seeing such a problem in moral high ground that we're seeing constantly from Hollywood to politics to the media, and yet we're exploiting 9-year-old kids to go out and participate in something like this. I think that starts with the parents. They should be ashamed of themselves. That's an absolutely disgusting example of exploitation of kids.
Yeah, I'm not even mad at the children because they're really not aware of what's going on. I actually feel bad for the kids that they're being forced to do this by the parents. Okay, President Obama trying to take credit for the Trump economy, and congratulations, looks like in November 228,000 jobs were added. Unemployment rate now at a 17-year low. Former president says you can thank him for that. Roll it.
We saw the longest streak of job creation in American history by far, a streak that still continues, by the way. Thanks, Obama.
And he didn't actually stop there. He compared President Trump to Hitler. Quote, "We have to tend to this garden of democracy or else things could fall apart quickly." That's what happened in Germany in the 1930s, which, despite the democracy of the Weimar Republic and centuries of high-level cultural and scientific achievements, Adolf Hitler rose to dominate. 60 million people died. So, you've got to pay attention and vote. Let's just take this one step at a time because it makes me very angry. Just start with the economy first. They said the President Trump was going to crash the economy. Now it's doing really well, and they think it's Obama's credit.
I think it's laughable that President Obama thinks he has anything to do with the success of where the economy is right now. The economy was just over 1% GDP when President Trump took over, and it has just gradually gone up. We expect it is possible to hit 4% GDP by the first quarter next year. Jobs are growing. This is all a direct result, not just of President Trump swearing in, but from the minute he was elected, consumer confidence got stronger. Businesses wanted to participate in our economy again because they have confidence in this president. He's gotten rid of regulations that have allowed them to create jobs, that have allowed our economy to grow. There's a reason that it continues to go up, and it started when President Trump was elected and when he got into office. It had nothing to do with President Obama, and I think everybody knows it, including President Obama, and I think it's pretty laughable that he's trying to take credit for it.
And this was probably, I think, the best month all time for manufacturing jobs. So that's something that every American can be proud of.
Yeah, it's interesting that after 8 8 years of him having, struggles, once President Trump comes into office, all of a sudden the activity that he did for 8 years is now working. I mean, that's pretty bad logic.
He timed it perfectly. Now, so this comparison to Adolf Hitler really sickens me. I thought more of President Obama. I didn't think he'd stoop to that low. I think he's probably bitter because his legacy is being dismantled. But to compare, someone, your colleague, there's only a few people that hold that position. To compare him to a genocidal war criminal is just disgusting.
It's very surprising. I'm with you. I wouldn't have thought that President Obama would have gone that direction. Certainly something I don't think that any of us would have expected. Hopefully he'll see the damage a comment like that makes and withdraw that type of comparison. Not only is it an outrageous comment to make, but it's just completely factually untrue and just very inaccurate. And so hopefully the president will see that and President Obama will withdraw that comment.
All right, Sarah, thank you very much and Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Jesse. Merry Christmas.
Up next, Fox News Fun and Games.